Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just getting everything set up. Go ahead and click the share button and share this. Share this on your page. Share this with somebody you love. Share this with somebody that's been getting on your nerves. Share this with somebody that's inconsistent in your life. All right, let's see if we can get this going. I cannot find some of my equipment this morning. That's how it go. Uh-oh. See if we can get it on this side here. I don't know if that's gonna work, y'all. I don't think it is. I don't know. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. I quit. Whatever. How's everybody doing this morning? Thank you for joining me, whether you are joining me live or for the replay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all that good stuff. I don't have water. I don't have anything. I am not prepared, seemingly. Y'all hold on. I'll be right back. Y'all know I got to have my tea. I got to be hydrated. As much as I drink before we get started, my throat be dry. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator, and this is the Get High on Motivation show. Welcome back. Another week. We still doing it. It's the summertime, feeling good, feeling great. I hope you are feeling good and feeling great. And today we are going to talk about something that, I don't know what to say about it. The question is are you more like the sun or like the moon? It's the question of the day. And we have a very long letter from someone, from one of my favorite love bugs out there, who is having some hard times, thinking about breaking up the family and all that kind of stuff. You know, sometimes we have to make tough decisions as adults in our adult lives. So today we are going to talk about that tough decision. But before we do any of that, we are going to have our food for thought. So our food for thought comes from a mental health consultant named Alice Cooper. Alice says, every time you have a crisis, you have an opportunity to move to a higher level. Every time you have a crisis, you have an opportunity to move to a higher level. Whew. It don't feel like that. It doesn't feel like when problems are coming our way, when we have major obstacles in life, when we got trials and tribulations, that's what's really going on here. It doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like that's what's happening. It seems more like, why is this happening to me? Is what it feels like. It feels more like raining and pouring on you. It feels almost like somebody busting your bubble, somebody pooping on your party. What it definitely doesn't feel like most of the time is that it is an opportunity to level up. But it is. We talk about this all the time. It is an opportunity to level up. Sometimes I think we believe that trials and tribulations and things happen to us because of something we've done. Sometimes we think, oh, it's karma. First of all, let me define karma for you. Karma is the law of cause and effect. You do something, something happens in return. And we think sometimes that we are being punished very often. And just imagine when you were a child, how sometimes when you were being not necessarily disciplined, but being withheld from something, or a parent or an authority figure told you no about something, you felt like you were being punished when you weren't. It was an opportunity for you to maybe learn or grow. So when you were told that you had to wait for a certain something before you could have it, that taught you patience. In that moment, you were probably crying for whatever it was that you had asked mom, dad, grandparent, whoever at the moment for, and they didn't give it to you. But we have to have these crises. We have to have opportunities to level up. We have to have opportunities to see if the muscles, the spiritual, the mental, the emotional muscles that we have been building up, maybe even physical muscles, are they working? What do we do all of this for? Why do you learn all this stuff? Why do you listen to this podcast? Why do you listen to podcasts? Why do you watch videos? Why do you read books? Why are you constantly seeking information to level up, to develop yourself personally or professionally, if you didn't have a desire to level up? I don't know in what program and in what school, in what class that you learn information and they don't test you on it. You have to be tested on it. You have to be quizzed, more so is what I want to say, is quizzed on it, because usually quizzes came up. It was pop quiz. You know, some teacher popped it up on you. But every time you have a crisis, you have an opportunity to go to a higher level. You have an opportunity, first of all, to see if the things that you have learned, can you really apply them? Do they really work? Does this situation really work for you? Does this relationship really work for you? Sometimes when relationships don't work for us and then we have to cut people off, whether it's in a personal or professional space, we level up. That's what I felt like. I felt like I leveled up when I mentioned to you all last week or so that I had to have a tough conversation. And in that, I felt like I leveled up. I leveled up as a boss. I leveled up as a person. I recognized how much I had leveled up from my past, where I thought I had been struggling in certain departments, especially in the interpersonal communication department, because see, I can do this public speaking thing all day long. But you get me in a one-on-one space and I'm freaking out. But because of the crisis that was happening within my organization, I had an opportunity to reach a high level, to move to a higher level as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a boss. What crises are going on in your life right now? And what opportunities are these crises offering you? Where can you level up in life? Where do you feel like you're struggling? Because wherever you feel like you're struggling, you're really not struggling. You're probably being resistant. You know, life is kind of like quicksand. When you try to fight your way out of it, you get deeper in it. How about if you took a moment today and just sat down, got quiet? I ain't going to say meditate, although I think you should meditate definitely. But what if just for a moment, a minute, you sat down and thought about the areas where you feel like you're going through a crisis? Is it at work? Is it in your home life, in your family life, in your romantic life, in your business life, your spiritual life? And see, what is the universe offering you to level up? How can you flex the muscles, the knowledge, the concepts, the tools that you have already collected thus far? I believe in you, love bug. And I trust that today you will be 1% better in just that moment of reflection. So are you more like the sun or the moon? Before we get into today's conversation, I want to make sure that I let you know that we have a course coming up with the phenomenal Brianne Smith. She is thebomb.com. when it comes to everything, when it comes to hugs and when it comes to publishing books. So if you are ready to get your book published, whether you've written it or not, make sure that you get signed up for this course. It is going to be phenomenal. She is going to teach us how to get paid for our thoughts. A beginner's guide to getting your book published. I'll see you there. You got a few weeks to get signed up, and there is an early bird price, so make sure you get in where you fit in. Yes. Who are you, like the sun or like the moon? And you're probably thinking, well, what is the difference? One come up during the day, one come up during the night. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. That's one thing. They do both provide light, but they provide light in a different type of way. The light is a different color light. One is more of a red light and one is more of a blue light. Red light special. The sun. What does the sun provide us? The sun. I love the sun. I love the sun. But I'm going to start with the moon. The moon is different. The moon changes. It goes through phases. It's kind of like a woman. Lunar is very feminine, and Lunar has moods. She goes through phases every about 7 days, and I say about because it's not exact, but goes through phases and is constantly changing, constantly going through little mini seasons within a short time. But the moon has power. So don't get it twisted. Don't get caught up on the mood swings or the changes of the moon. The moon has power. The moon has authority. The moon controls the water, which means it controls the tide. It even controls the water in our body. Our bodies are made up out of 70% water. Our minds are made up out of 90%. So if you think that you are not being controlled by the moon, come on, man. That's why they all get excited about the full moon. Because that full moon is drawing the energy. It's moving and manipulating the energy within you, the water within you. So are you the type of person that can make people move? Are you the type of person that can make people ebb and flow? What does that mean? Are you the type of person that can come into a situation and completely bring everything to a halt? Are you the distraction? Can you be a distraction? But also, do you know that you have the power also to make things flow like water? You can make harmony happening within your home, within your heart. But within a situation, you're the person who shows up and creates the flow. You're the influencer, as everybody wants to be called these days. The moon is the influencer. So are you an influencer? And then are you the type of person who sometimes shows up all the way in all your full glamour and brightness? But then sometimes you get really dark and we have to wonder, where are you? Are you like the moon? Or are you like the sun? The sun is consistent. The sun is reliable. The sun is dependable no matter what. The sun is going to rise in the east and set in the west every single day in the same space. Now, I don't know if you ever paid attention. The moon kind of be like all over the place. You know, it kind of does something a little different than what the sun does, but you can tell the time by the sun. You can tell the direction by the sun because the sun is a solid, is what I want to say. Are you a solid? Are you the solid person in your crew? Are you the solid person in your team? Are you the solid, dependable person in your family? Are you the rock? Are you the one that people know that they can always come to? Because you'll always be there. You always show up. And you're known for it. Because the sun always shows up. It's never not out there. I don't care if it is like a little, cloudy and dismal. But that just means there's some things going on in the atmosphere. Because even the sunniest of people can still have cloudy days. And you have to allow them. If you are the sun, you have to allow yourself to have cloudy days. The sun The sun reminds me a lot of myself, and I am a Leo. My sun sign is in Leo. And what I tell people is just think about it. Yes, the sun is bright, but I promise, you do not want the sun just shining all the doggone time. Do you imagine how hot it would be? So where the sun provides nourishment, let's talk about that. The sun is nourishing. The sun provides us vitamin D. It provides the plants what they need to produce chlorophyll. The plants grow from the sun. They get their energy from the sun. We get energy from the sun. It warms the ground. It warms the earth. It warms the water so we can get in it in the summertime. The sun does all of this. It creates life. There is no life without the sun. Are you the type of person that if you removed yourself from the situation, will it make a difference? Or would it be more like the moon where, hey, you hear when you hear, and if you're not, you're not, and that's okay. Who are you, like the sun or the moon? Are you like the sun? Like I said, who's always shining. You can depend on to shine, except for on those few cloudy days. And that does not take away from the sun still shining. And you know what I mean. How many of us know how to shine even on cloudy days, even when things aren't feeling good and we're going through our own personal storms? When life is feeling like it's a tornado or a hurricane going on, or ripping through our lives, ripping through our relationships, ripping through our finances. But we know that the sun is still there, and so we feel the same way. We're still there. You may not see us shining like we always shine, but we're still there. And guess what? You can still depend on us to show up no matter what's going on in our world, no matter how cloudy things get. Are you that person, or do you have someone like that in your world that is the sun, the person that is reliable, dependable, that always shows up, that's always shining, even through the clouds? Who are you, love bug? Are you lunar? Or are you lunar's masculine counterpart, the sun? Who are you? Who would you prefer to be? What I would encourage us all to do is to consider yin and yang, to consider lightness and darkness, and to consider having both of those things being a part of us and being a part of our world. Let's be dependable. Let's be reliable. Let's nourish the people around us and the people that we have influence on and over, that we are shining down upon, reigning over possibly. And let's allow ourselves to have those cloudy days. Just like the moon, let's allow ebb and flow. Let's pay attention to the influence that we do have and not ignore it. Let's own our authority. Let's own our power. Let's own our influence. And allow ourselves to have seasons. Allow ourselves to be dark sometimes. And to shine bright as we want to be. And to be super. I love a super moon. Be open to who you are. Be open to who people are, and don't expect them to be who you are. So if you are sun, allow someone else to be your moon, and don't expect them to be sun, because we don't need sun day in and day out. We need some moon time. We need some dark time. So speaking of dark times, let's move on to our question for today, where we can transform someone's mess into a message. If you are wondering, how do you get your questions to me? How do people get these questions to me? They send them to me, honey. They send them to me in my DM box. They send them to me on my website. They send them to me wherever we are connected. So send your question in, because you are not the only person with this question. So don't be shamed, and I won't call you out. So today, one of my favorite love bugs yesterday sent me a message that was heart-wrenching and heartwarming all at the same time. So here it goes. It says, "Dear Mimi, I love you. I feel I need to listen to you every day to feel better. Mimi, lately I have been feeling so broken. I think I've been broken for a while now. It's been a while since I recall being happy. I got married 3 years ago. I met my husband 5 years ago and got pregnant the first year we were together. Me getting pregnant gave us no space to get to know one another. I now have 2 kids with him, expecting the third. I love my kids so much, but having them and raising them has taken a toll on me as I feel more alone than ever. My husband works a lot. He's a great provider to our family and an overall good guy. It's been really heavy on me lately that I feel so empty, so dead while having him around, and I feel bad that also lately I've been picking at him and finding everything wrong with him instead of looking within. I was listening to you this morning. I felt like the only person I could vent to was you. I don't know. I try to get out of this relationship, but everyone tells me I'll regret breaking up my family. I've told him how I feel, and he thinks that because I'm on autopilot, but I'm okay, but I'm not. I don't know what to do and why I'm so far away to him. Could it be deeper issues I'm in denial about? Even if you don't write back, thank you for reading. Thank you for being the light in such negative state I've been in." So first and foremost, sweetheart, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for trusting me. And I feel for you. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I feel for you in so many different ways. I feel for you because you are alone, and I know what it feels like to be alone. Because you can be in a room full of people or a house full of people, even your own children, your husband, and feel alone. Loneliness is not something that is fed by outside entities. So the deeper issue that you may be in denial about is really you're denying yourself happiness. You're denying yourself joy. You're denying yourself what you desire for what other people are saying. If you've been listening, then you know I say it all the time. Life is a singular journey. That even includes your children. Your children do not belong to you. They came through you. And you have the honor and privilege, and I want to say pleasure, of reigning over them or guiding them along this path, along their journey, until it's time for their journey to go a different way. So speaking of journeys going a different way, sometimes our paths align with people, but that does not mean that we are stuck on that path. At some point, sometimes we have to go our own path. We have to follow our own path because we're on our own journey. Our happiness is our responsibility. It is not upon anybody else. In the same way that our happiness is not upon anybody else, it is not upon anybody else to dictate what we do to make self happy. Your life is your life. It's not their life. And nothing about leaving your husband says that you will be breaking up your family. Your family can still be a tight unit, and you may even be a tighter unit than ever before with this breaking of paths. You have to do what's best for you, because what's best for you is best for your children and best for your spouse. If you are sitting there miserable, please believe that misery is affecting everyone. That's why you're picking on him, because you're miserable. Misery loves company. I bet you it's affecting your children as well, whether you think so or not. Children are very in tune. They're way more in tune than we are. They know what's going on. Even if they don't know what's going on, they feel the energy. And you're feeding them that energy. You're even feeding them that energy when you're preparing their food, when you're touching them. So it's time for you to make a decision on what will make you feel best. And start making moves in that direction. It doesn't start with the divorce. It starts with something right here, right now that you can spend 5 minutes on. You're beautiful. Honor you. You're beautiful inside and out. I know this. I can tell. I see your picture. I read your energy. You are very deserving. You are very worthy. And you are worthy to live the life that you desire. You are deserving to live the life that you desire. The life that you desire deserves you. The life that is calling you, wants you, deserves you. It is time for you to succumb to that. Don't keep on sitting in a miserable situation to appease other people. They don't live in your house. They don't go to sleep with you. They don't wake up with you. They don't wake up in your mind, and they're not dealing with the stress that you're dealing with. They're not dealing with the demons that you're dealing with. And it's none of their business. Don't even discuss it with them. You discuss your life with people who can support you and how you feel and honor how you feel and validate your feelings. Because telling you that you making a decision that may best serve you is going to break up your family. It's going, oh, you're going to regret it? No, sweetheart. What you're going to regret is living this life and continuing down a path that you don't enjoy, that is not serving you. And then you got to wake up several years later still miserable. For what? For what? It's not worth it. You have to live your life for you. You can't live your life for anyone else. You deserve to live your best life. You deserve to live the life that you desire, whatever that looks like. It's not for you to judge, and it's not for anybody else to judge either. It's not. So sit down, take out your journal.
It's 10 hours.
And write down what it is that you desire. I would like for you to write down in very clear details the life that you desire. The life that you desire to live in every aspect. How do you want your relationships to be? How do you want the relationships to be with your children? How do you want to wake up in the morning feeling? How do you want to go to sleep at night feeling? And after you have written all this down and gotten very clear with yourself, close your eyes and start imagining this. And you might even want to start with this part. Imagine it in full detail like it is a movie playing out. Get very detailed on who's there, how it smells. Cook your food. Cook your favorite meal for your children or for your friends and family or for your new boo. Go ahead and start visualizing yourself in your new experience. All of us can do this no matter what we're going through. Like we said earlier, that every time we have a crisis, we have an opportunity to move to a higher level. So let's imagine ourselves at that higher level. Let's close our carnal eyes and open up our mind's eye, our first eye, and tune in to who we are, what we love, and what would make us smile and feel good and feel comfort. What will make us feel relief? What will make us feel accomplished? What will make us feel successful? We all desire a higher level of success in some area of our life. And it begins with us. It begins with us making the decision and being committed to that decision and starting to act on it and to act as if it is already like you want it to be. So you get up and you start acting like your life is exactly just as picture perfect And not picture perfect, but within perfect that you want it to be. Start doing the inner work so that way your outer world can start changing. Our life does not change until we change. Things don't change until we change. The world does not change until we change. Thank you for tuning in, love bugs. Thank you for sending your letter into my beer. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, host of the Get High on Motivation show. I welcome you to join me this week and every week and go back and listen to the old shows. And for the rest of you who are looking to build your wealth up, I will see you this evening for Wealth Wednesday with Credit Kim. I love y'all. Be happy. Be healthy. Be you. Love y'all. And don't forget to share this with somebody. That's the most important part. And hit that thumbs up and like.